baggage out, so no baggage here. Not that I don't have baggage, but I'm working to eliminate it. I'm working to help others do the same. No bags. So, left the gym a little early today. Didn't want to do too much heavy lifting, but something, crossed my mind. I was thinking, everything that we do around love is so conditioned into our brains. And let me take a step back. Everything we know about love is wrong, no matter whether it's the fantasy world of happily ever after to don't fall in love, don't ever love a girl unless you've been with her for 99 years. I've heard it all, so I wanted to talk about why do we feel love. Love is not the problem. We think that if you fall in love, I don't like the term of fall in love. Let me just start there. Because to fall in love meaning that you have to fall from a higher place. You have to go lower than yourself. And I think that we have to change that term from falling in love to being in love. You shouldn't have to leave your level of excellence or your level to love someone. Let me just say that. Just be in love. I think we need to change it from falling in love to be in love. Because falling in love, to lose yourself, is not a healthy place. Anywho, I think that our fear of love stems from a wound. There's nothing wrong with love. There's nothing wrong with loving someone. But if you can't love someone genuinely, it's probably from a wound, or if you're afraid of love. And what I mean by that is if you have addictions, or from sexual addictions, food addictions to people, addictions to people pleasing, then your love is going to be manipulated because there's a wound you haven't addressed. And that goes for all of us, because typically people dig into that wound, and a lot of times you can't even see if the person is trying to use that wound against you. And they don't even know that they're using it, because they don't know that sometimes, some people are manipulative and evil. But sometimes people don't know that they're manipulating your wound. But if you heal that wound, that childhood wound, which is typically what most of us deal with, some of it is generational wounds that even if you didn't go through something, you didn't even know you had those issues going on. It could be any of that. So pay attention to your triggers with love. What triggers you? What weakens you? What causes you to not trust? As a man, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with love. I don't think it's as traditional as most people think. I'm not a huge fan of saying I love you. I'm a huge fan of showing I love you, showing I'm gonna show up, and acting. But some people have to hear it. But to me, that's just my thought. So I have to work around other aspects. But I feel that dealing with your inner wounds and really dealing with it and really facing it, whether it's daddy issues, mommy issues, sexual assaults, abandonment, really and truly dealing with it and being honest with yourself and saying, yes, I had these things. But we block it out. We block it out with addictions. We block it out with sex and other people. We block it out. And people say, I don't do anything. I'm fine. No, but you overwork yourself. You throw yourself into your work. You throw yourself into your family and forget yourself. You throw yourself into so many things and you never sit there and really face what you've been through. And I feel like that's what the real reason why we feel love. We fear that child coming out that was never hugged. We fear that child coming out that was touched, that was raped. We fear that child coming out that never got attention. We fear someone seeing that child and not being able, because we thought that we couldn't do anything as a child. You couldn't say anything, or whatever the case may be. And so embrace that child. Once you love that little child inside of you, then you can start loving on yourself. Then you can start having healthier relationships. And then that's when the love becomes real, and you stop having this fear around love. Because people are gonna leave you. And if you're not dealing with your wounds and dealing with your issues, you're going to attract people that are going to manipulate your love, use your love, take advantage of your love, and say, hey, they're gonna love me. They're gonna always be there. Until they heal and realize it wasn't you I loved, it was the idea that I loved. And that takes time. That takes healing. But you gotta go within. It's not your ex's fault. It's not everybody else's fault. It's not anything. You gotta take accountability and say, hey, I never dealt with this issue. Once you hold yourself accountable in that realm, your friends can't talk to you about how you love and what you should do, anything like that. They can't. Family can't do it. You have to say it to yourself. You have to dig deep. I think it's even called shadow work or something. You gotta go dig deep. Why do I get in these same scenarios? Once you dig deep, then you say, oh, okay, now I see. Then you continue to work. You can't keep just jumping from body to body. But to summarize, all I was saying was we gotta rethink this whole thing on love, because there's nothing wrong. Love is not the problem. Knowing how to love ourselves, deal with issues we really don't face, and learning how to be in healthy relationships with friends, family, then romantic relationships. Let me go back. Healthy relationship with yourself, then all of the rest. So it's just my thoughts. Don't fear love. Just get better within yourself. Break the addictions, drugs, alcohol, friends, family, codependencies on being there for other people. And then I think that your loving situations will get better. Just my thoughts. Let me know your comments. Agree or disagree. No bags.